So now let's look and now as we have completed the concept of intracellular digestion and extracellular digestion, so now let's look at the example that how the this is example of intracellular digestion. This is an example of intracellular digestion. Okay. So first of all, let's look at the digestion in okay, so this is spelling error basically. Okay, now let's look at digestion in amoeba. So what is amoeba? Amoeba is basically a unicellular okay, so here basically what is amoeba? Amoeba is actually unicellular prokaryotic organism. It is unicellular prokaryotic organism. So now let's check out as a unicellular. So let's look over here. So you can see over here, okay, it is having pseudopodia. Now what is pseudopodia? Actually, wherever the word pseudo comes, it means something which is false, something which is false. So pseudopodia are actually known as false feet of this amoeba. So this is basically pseudopodia. As you can see, it's a pseudopodia. Now in the center of this amoeba, we are having this nucleus over here. Then we are having here food vacuole. This is food vacuole. This is this plasma membrane as shown in the. This is plasma membrane. Then inside this, it is known as endoplasm, and here it is known as ectoplasm. This is ectoplasm. So basically, this is the structure of amoeba, and some more labeling here. Let me go for this amoeba. Okay, actually here Golgi board are also present. Here Golgi board are present, and like these Golgi boards basically they make lysosomes. They make another organelle which are known as lysosomes. Actually, these lysosomes are produced. Lysosomes are produced by budding of the Golgi trans network. And what happens by this Golgi bodies, these lysosomes are basically these Golgi bodies, the lysosomes are produced. These are basically Golgi bodies. These are basically Golgi bodies. Right? These are Golgi bodies. Now, what is lysosomes? Actually, lysosomes they have very crucial part in the digestion of amoeba. Basically, lysosomes are organelles which contain they contain hydrolytic enzymes for digestion of food. Okay, basically the lysosomes contain some special hydrolytic enzymes which are important for the digestion of food, right? So now let's okay basically how okay the nutrition of this amoeba is microphages. Microphages actually they'll eat small insects like these are the microphages are basically these macrophages are basically the nutrition of this amoeba. So now let's look at how it gets its food, right? What it says. Basically, we know that for digestion, okay, it actually endocytosis occurs by the help of endocytosis. Endocytosis. Now, what is endocytosis? Basically, endocytosis. Okay, basically the word the word means inside. The word endo means inside, and cytosis. The word cytosis means inside the, like, cytosis inside the cell. It's how the food travels inside the cell is known as endocytosis. So basically, for that there are two methods. One is phagocytosis, other, sorry. Okay. So number one is phagocytosis. Number one is phagocytosis, and other is pinocytosis. What happens in phagocytosis? That it engulfs small particles. It will engulf small particles. But over here in pinocytosis, it will actually what does it mean to drink something? Right? It will basically engulf water. Right? It will engulf liquid. So by the help of liquid, it gets its nutrition. So here in amoeba, this phagocytosis occurs. This phagocytosis will occur. So the now look at the whole process of this digestion. Okay, so let's start this diagram. Okay, just give me a second. Let me do this. Okay, let me arrange this. As you can see over here, what will happen basically is, you can see, as this is a nucleus, and when food particle come near to the cell of amoeba, this pseudopodia basically fold itself. This, you can see, this podia is folding itself. You can see that food particle is getting into the cell. So now you can see over here, this food particle has been in the cell. Now it form a food vacuole. It is a food vacuole, right? So you can see the food particles is inside cell. Now it is food vacuole. Now what will happen basically, the lysosome. As we have discussed about the oral lysosome, this lysosome will join with food vacuole. It will join with food vacuole basically, right? So, and if you know, this lysosome contains some hydrolytic enzyme that will digest the food particle. Here the lysosome joins with the food vacuole and it digests. Now what will happen? The digested material, when the digested material gets into cytoplasm. When this material will get into cytoplasm, this is known as absorption. This process is known as absorption over here. Now what will happen? Undigested food absorption is done. Okay, when these food particle, like when this digested particle is utilized for many metabolic activities, for such as, for example, for its respiration, right? For binary fusion. What is binary fusion? Which actually it's a act of reproduction, fusion, and other activities, right? Let me get this spelling over here. Activities, okay? For activities, for them, such as respiration, binary fusion, this process is basically known as assimilation. This is known as assimilation. So now what will happen? Digestion and assimilation has occurred. Now this undigested food particle will be brought away from the like egestion. Basically egestion will take place. The process of application will take place. This particle will get out from this amoeba undone. Now Basically, now it is undigested. The undigested particles, undigested, these are now undigested particles. Now let me get undigested particles will get they will get out of the amoeba. They will get out of the amoeba, right? Now what will happen? Okay, so now what about the food components? Which enzymes are present in this hydrolytic enzyme? Basically, amylase and amylase and protease are present in this amoeba, in this lysosome, so they can digest starch and they can digest the protein. And what is a pH? Like pH, actually there is a range. It starts from 5.6 to 7.3. This is basically the range of the pH of this enzyme. As you know that enzymes are quite specific, so they require a particular pH so they can work on their level best. They require optimum pH. So the pH is basically 5.6 to 7.3. Basically this pH also varies. It depends on food components. It depends upon food component. Basically it is, but most probably it is acidic, which means it is low. As you can see, this is the acidic. It starts from 5%. 0.87 is basically neutral. So hope this is clear to you. If any kind of question you ask me, caution be ready to say yes.